Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. Alright, so this lesson is going to be basically talking about, are you weak, or is weakness actually weakness? Sounds a little odd, but let me explain. Are we really weak? Yeah, we are, to a certain degree. You know, the Lord described us as certain insects and animals that are weak. The Lord described us as worms. How defenseless and weak is a worm? Think about it. You take a couple worms you can buy at Bass Pro Shop and put it on a hook and got your fishing pole and just throw it in the water. You do what you want with it, man. You know, it's weakness. It's like it's a weak insect. The Lord described us as weak and hopeless. That's why we have to rely on Him. See, when we start getting puffed up and start thinking that we're strong and we do things on our own and we can make it on our own strength, that's when you start to lose touch with the Lord. And that's when you truly become lost. So you don't just become weak, you become lost when you do that. Because now that's pride. Now pride has entered into the frame. See, you can be weak and wicked, or you can be weak and righteous. A form of weakness is pride, envy, being a murmur, being someone disloyal. It's a form of weakness. You weren't strong enough to overcome that, so you're weak. That's how Satan comes at you in times of when you're weak, when you're at your lowest. He'll take advantage of you mentally, and then next thing you know, you're striving off into darkness, and you're leaving the light. But the strong that are weak are going to stay in the light because they understand where their strength is. We understand we are weak. We are defenseless. That's why the Lord said, my weapons of warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. Now, you can have Esau and all these other nations come against you, right? They can put us to death. They can come with their weapons, weapons of war, their armies, all of that. But do you remember when God was closest to Israel? When we would go to war with other nations, if the Lord be for us, the Lord will never have us confounded, ever. We were never confounded when the Lord wanted us to be victorious. He would always say things like, I have given you this land, and you will go out and fight for it. For tomorrow, I will give you this land, after the battle. You know what I mean? Like, it was already written. The Lord had already set it up that we were going to win the battle before a blow was even thrown. It was already set up for us. And only a man that is weak but yet strong will understand that our strength is through Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. A man that thinks he's strong thinks that he can rely upon his own strength. See, now he's putting the flesh. He's relying on his flesh. He's relying on his own might. He's relying on his own mind. That's what a weak man, a wicked man would do. But a man that is weak, that is strong, understands where his strength is. And he understands that his strength is in his Lord, in his Savior, in his power. This is where you start putting the creature before the creator. When you do things like that, when you start doing wickedness, when you start relying on men, when you start relying on your elder, all right, when you start relying on your own flesh, or you start relying on your enemy. That's true weakness when you do that. But strength is when you understand who has the power, the real power, to change things. When you understand that God ruleth in the kingdom of men. When you understand that it has been written from the beginning to the end who's going to be the winner and what side do you want to be on. You understand where your true strength is, and that's in your faith. Your faith is where your strength is. Your faith is where Yahweh is. It's where Yahweh Shai is. But yet we are weak. Why? Because we're in these bodies, these weak bodies, these frail bodies, subject to diseases. All right? Subject to bleed out and die and get old and weak and bones getting weak and, this whole frame is just weak as hell. That's what the Lord is going to give us a new one when we enter into the kingdom. But understand where your strength is. Understand where your weaknesses are so that your weaknesses don't overcome you. This is 1 Corinthians 1:27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. So the Lord has chosen the weak things of the world. And what are the weak things of the world? The weak things of the world. Let's find out. Let me see. Do I want this one? Let's go with this. 2 Corinthians 12:9. It says, and he said unto me, my grace is significant for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong. That's where your strength is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. When you take pleasure in taking pain for the Lord, because you understand that that's what it's going to take. All right? You understand that it comes with the territory. That where you're weak, where your pain is, the Lord will heal you and make you strong. See, we are the weak, and the Lord has chosen us in our weaknesses, man. That he knows that through the Spirit, we are made strong, man. Why? And how? Through the washing of the word, we become cleansed. So if you have faith in the word, you become clean. When you have faith in the Lord, you become strong. So now you're clean and you're strong. You're renewed. That's what it is to be renewed in the Spirit, to be born again. When Yahweh Shai was speaking to Nicodemus, Nicodemus said, well, how can I be born again? Do I enter back into my mother's womb? And Yahweh Shai said, no, one's got to be born again through the Spirit. See, when you have that Spirit, you understand where your power is. But when you don't, you have to go around looking for that power. You got to look for it in weightlifting and, reading a million books. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And try to build yourself up to this, to where you start to find confidence, which is your pride in yourself. You start to say, oh, I done built myself up. I'm this now. I'm this and that. I'm this and that. When really, all you truly had to do was just obey. and have faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and just take on the world cheerfully, man. The thing, because listen, you're gonna have setbacks. You're gonna have setbacks, and things are gonna happen. But you take that on, and you have pleasure. You take pleasure in that, because you understand that you're going through a light affliction to get through something, to get to something that is unimaginably satisfying, which is the kingdom of heaven. We can't even, we can't truly even fathom how much pleasure the kingdom of heaven is. We can't. So, but that's when we're going to be truly in our full strength. It's in the kingdom of heaven. But right now we're weak, but the Lord makes us strong through his spirit. All right. This is John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he will give it to you. So come on, man. So all we got to do is ask Yahweh for what we want through the name of Yahweh Shai, and we get what we want. You mean tell me we have access to the Lord like that, to the greatest, most high, most extreme power in the entire existence of existence, and all we got to do is is obey and pray? The Lord chose us, man. We are weak right now, man. The Lord put these idiots in power. They run the world. They destroy the earth. They control, your food, your water. They control where you travel. They control what you see, and they program you and all this shit. They in full control of the world. But yet the Lord chose us, the weak things, to show how where his strength is. Why are they so worried about the Israelites? Why? Because our strength is in this word. We're exposing the wicked. We're exposing them. That's all we're doing, is exposing them. Telling the truth about the way the world is and what's to come. That's all we're doing. And they look at that as a major threat. That's where our power is. Our power is in our word. It's in the word. That's where the power is. Because that's all we got here. What we say has power. So yes, we're weak, but we are strong. Our strength is in our words and our faith, and we got to hold on to what is strong, even in our weakness. But a weak man will give up on God. A weak man will go back into the world after the Lord has waking you up and giving you this strength. And you gave it back. That's what true weakness is. When you give up. When you give up on God, that's true weakness. But those who are weak, who continue to build themselves, to continue to fight for their faith, those are the true strength. Those are the true men of valor. All right? That's real strength. He that endures to the end shall be saved. If you endure to the end, you're the winner. You were strong enough to overcome everything, and you won. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai.